Hi guys, welcome to our channel. All you Kally cats out there, if you're new to our channel, welcome. We're usually a family channel, so I'll try to keep it PG. In honor of St. Patrick's Day, we're gonna have a flashback story of one of my St. Patrick's Days a few years ago, before I met Kally. Here's your first Tipsy Trevor story.
You're watching Kally and Dior.
Yay! If you like it, give it a thumbs up for more, or just troll it. Before I met Kally, I used to be somewhat belligerent. I used to do some pretty stupid stuff, which I regret, but at least I didn't have kids, so I was out there, you know, doing these belligerent little activities. Luckily, I never got arrested, but there's some clips where I might have been close to that. So here we are a few years back at this festival in our hometown. Wouldn't even call it a festival, it's pretty much just a trashy show. Lucky Fest. So I go to Lucky Fest with a few of my friends, and typical Trevor, if anyone who knows me who's watching this, I of course snuck in a water bottle full of vodka, because that's usually what I do. Stick it in my pants. It's commonly referred to as Gooch vodka. So I snuck in that vodka and drank it as we waited in line to get in. And then once we got in, it's basically a high school reunion. For people who go to these types of things, they know. And you run into all these people, so I just keep sipping the vodka more and more. Those of you who don't know, I have social anxiety. So definitely run into people I haven't seen for a long time and run into new people. It usually goes hand in hand with drinking. I'm with my friends Kevin and Sydney. You know, Kevin, I've known him since kindergarten, longtime friend. Another one of my friends, Roman, Roman was actually there with me as well. Another longtime friend. And eventually, we go into this tent and we're playing King's Cup. We meet up with my friend Kevin's dad, who is awesome. Just the funniest, big old burly dude who just gets hammered with me. And we're playing King's Cup. We're sitting there playing King's Cup with some strangers. We all have different drinks. And then I've already been sipping on vodka, but of course I lose King's Cup. So I continue on to drink the King's Cup as the loser, and it's mixed with Hennessy, beer, green beer, pretty much everything you could think of, because during this whole time my friend Kevin of course brings in green food coloring and he's pouring it in everyone's drinks and beers. His hands are dyed with green, and it's pretty much a good time still at this point. After that, I don't really remember much. With the bits and pieces that have been filled in, apparently we run into some high school classmates who were the smart kids. Everyone has their smart kids, you know. I used to be in class with these kids in middle school, and that's before, and then I realized I couldn't hang because of social and athletic priorities. I'm talking with them. I eventually get separated from Roman, Kevin, Sydney, my main crew, and from there everything gets a little bit blurry. I wander out of Lucky Fest, don't really remember that too much, and so we start going to some bars with these old high school and actually middle school classmates. They go far back. I think first they had rented a hotel actually even for this, and so I stopped at their hotel, grabbed some things with them. This whole time all this alcohol I've been drinking is just soaking in. And I'm just like losing it more, even though I'm not drinking in this period. But then eventually, after the hotel, we start going to some bars. And we go, you know, to a few of them. I'm pretty sure I might have had a few drinks there. At this point, Kevin, Roman, and Sydney are looking for me like the good friends they are, because I'm just missing. I'm just MIA. I mean, after King's Cup, they just didn't find me. So they're out looking for me, and they're going from bar to bar. And each time they stop into a bar, they kind of describe me, you know, say, have you seen this guy? And the answer they get is, no, but he was just in here about 15 minutes ago, and he left, like. And so it's like every bar they go to, they just keep hearing stories about me being drunk and leaving that place, but they just don't get me in time. This girl I'm talking to, one of their friends. I'm talking to this girl, and eventually she's got to go home, so she gets a taxi. She wanted me to get in the taxi with her. I had a girlfriend at the time, and I just remember typical drunk Trevor. I don't even say no. I remember the door opening, and then I just turned around and walked away. And that was the last anyone saw from me. When I turned away from the taxi, I end up thinking it's a good idea to walk home from Modesto to Salida. That's basically a 20-minute drive. There's like 3 or 4 freeway exits in that span from downtown Modesto, and it was basically a terrible idea. But at that point I black out, and the next thing I remember is opening my eyes in the hospital and hearing a nurse telling me, "Don't run, don't try to run." So I think about it for a second, and then everything clicks in my head that obviously I passed out somewhere, and this is the point I'm at, so I'm not gonna try to run. No matter how fast I am, I'm not gonna outrun these hospital bills. I have wires attached to me, the cord's on my chest, IV in me, and I start talking to the nurse a little bit and basically find out, you know, what happened. She told me that they had found me on the side of the road on Orangeburg, which is like a huge, pretty main street in Modesto, and that someone had saw me laying down on the side of the road, and they called the ambulance, probably because they thought I was dead. They had already somehow, I guess, got my wallet, so they contacted my parents, and my parents were waiting for me. So I left the emergency room after getting all the wires taken out, and I walk out into the waiting room, and there they are. They drive me home, and then eventually my phone was gone, and the people I was with that I hadn't seen since high school, they had my phone, so I got that. And when I went to pick that up, that's when I heard some stories of some of the blanks that got filled in, such as me talking to that girl and almost getting in the taxi, because I didn't really remember that until it was told to me, and then it's like, you know, like it fills in the blanks for you. Like, you don't remember it until someone brings it up, and then you kind of can get visuals of it based on like them telling you that. I've had a lot of those moments. I call Kevin, call Sydney, call Roman. I tell them all the story, you know, kind of what happened to me, and they start telling me the story about how they were going place to place and couldn't get me in time. They were just glad I was alright. I was super stoked that, I mean, those are some pretty good friends right there. I mean, they were having a good time, buzzing too, and they stopped, you know, to try to find me, at least walk around freaking downtown Modesto to see where I was at. They could find me. So that was my St. Patrick's Day, and all I have to show for it is an ambulance bill. Anyway, that's just a mini Tipsy Trevor story for the holiday. Hope everyone had a safe St. Patrick's Day. What's your craziest St. Patrick's Day story? We love the comments and everything, so if anyone else has a good one, let us know, and hope you guys like this. I know this is totally different than the other vlogs we do and the daily vlogging and everything, so let us know if you liked it, if you didn't like it. It's all good, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching. This is our life.
If you have any questions or video requests, please leave them in the box below.
Thanks for watching.
Subscribe!
Okay! Subscribe! What do you think Trixie would think of this story? Trixie would have probably tried to get you in the cab too.
Trixie would have held her alcohol better.
I think your dad's gonna sit there to film. Not quite sure what you're doing with a teacup and a straw. This tea though.